Hi, Starlin. This is Jim Gillis with the National Student Parent Mock Election and Win My Vote. I'm sorry I don't have my camera on. Actually, I have it on, but the screen capture software keeps jumping on top of it. They don't want to work together, so sorry about that. But wanted to show you and talk with you just a little bit about it. So this is the site, although we're going to probably be redoing it. So the National Student Parent Mock Election has been around since about 1982. In 2016, I joined them and partnered with them for multimedia ballots, so we could do everything online and all the voting would be electronic. And moving forward, the board has sort of reorged a little bit, you know, we're going to probably redesign this website as well as a couple of the other things that the mock election does. And we're going to really focus on high schools, sophomores, juniors, and seniors, digital, getting them, you know, involved with voting and civics, and then also working with partners like Rock the Vote, Vote.org, and a couple of other organizations, one of which helps 16 and 17-year-olds pre-register in those states that they're able to do that, which I think is up to 16 or 17 different states that they can do that. So what we're hoping to do, this is the site, this is the ballot. So the students would sign up, you know, here, and then they get their ballot that looks just like this, and then they're able to, you know, go down the ballot. And as I mentioned in the email, the teachers will have the ability to add and subtract races. So let's say they may not even want the Senate race. Maybe they'll click on that and then they just want the House race. So obviously there's no presidential race in 2018, but they have the power to do those things, and then they even have the power to customize it even further than that. But most of them will probably, you know, just deal with the ballot that is delivered to them. And the ballot that will be delivered to them, so you can see this is the mock election ballot. I'm going to change this real quickly. And I just changed it to Democratic Party so we could see all of the primaries. So here, this was the same presidential ballot, but this will be the full ballot. So they can scroll all the way down to state assembly, state senate, all of the board of supervisors. This is in San Francisco, and they can open those up if they want, and they can see school board, BART district, you know, community college, and then as well as all the propositions and all of the measures. So this is the site that is for general use, so that if I'm a voter, I can sign up with just the zip code. It's totally free, and now I have my ballot, and I can find my polling place, and I can reference important dates leading up to the election, and I can add this ballot to any of my online calendars. I can share on social media. I can create a group. So it's really a social media platform set up for campaigning, because right now any, you know, third party trying to campaign on social media, it's just a money drain, right? It's just the information is up there and then it's gone. It's up there and then it's gone, and you got to keep paying and keep paying and keep paying, which is crazy. So this way, it's a real level playing field. Hillary can spend almost $1 billion on her campaign. Trump can spend hundreds of millions on his, and Jill Stein can spend a fraction on that, and they're all here side by side, you know, waiting to click on their profile, and I can learn, you know, a little bit more about them. So I can see a full bio. I can, you know, listen directly to the candidate.
I would feel terrible if Donald Trump gets elected, and terrible if Hillary Clinton gets elected. Donald Trump says despicable things, but Hillary Clinton has a terrifying track record. Catastrophic wars, helping destroy the social safety net.
And I can also scroll down here, and I can see other issue statements here and videos and images that the candidate has built. And I can also see here groups and individuals and organizations that have endorsed this candidate. And I can click straight through if they have a video.
You are endorsing Dr. Jill Stein. You were a surrogate for Bernie Sanders. You spoke all over the country for him.
Yes, yes.
What made you decide to support the Green Party presidential candidate as opposed to Hillary Clinton?
Well, I've never been tied to one party or one candidate or even one institution. And that's true even one church as a Christian. I'm committed to truth and justice. And Brother Bernie, no doubt, was so.
And here I can see all of the groups and organizations and individuals that have endorsed this candidate. And then if I like this candidate, I can click on the candidate star, and then when I go back to my ballot, the candidate here is moved into that first position. The nameplate has turned green, so it's easy for me to see it on my phone or if it's a small device. And then I can move on to the next race. So the presidential races, still we're hoping to get the word out that there's lots of third-party candidates and there's lots of good candidates out there that are underfunded or aren't being covered. But the real important part, I think, of this site is when you're going down to races like state assembly and state senate. This happens to be the general. But I'll show you beforehand, or I can even go up here to the 2008, the election. So this is the 2018, and you can see the governor's race. I'm not sure if there is a green candidate up here yet. The lieutenant governor, and then you have U.S. Senate, which I believe that Michael here is part of the Green Party. Yeah, and see, this is just a placeholder candidate, placeholder profile right now. I'm almost sure he is Green Party, so I'll just change that right here. And I'm in the admin panel, so I can change this for the candidates. And you can see here now that he's Green Party, and then I can follow this logo to the Green Party page if I wanted to learn more about it. But as a voter, what I really want to see is I really want to see him build out his profile and try to win my vote. Tell me why his candidacy and the Green Party is the right choice for this election. So now when I go back to my ballot, I can continue looking at the candidates, and then I can choose one and then move on to the next one. So what I'd love to see is the Green Party embrace this platform. I would be happy to work with all of the candidates and help them get set up, and then send it out, reach out to all of the Green Party members throughout the entire country to say, this is the level playing field. If you want to know who's running for state assembly from the Green Party in Texas, state assembly, district number 7, now you can, and you can hear them, and you can see who's endorsed them, and you can do all that stuff. Also, the candidates will then be able to work with one another. So if there's a candidate that's running for Attorney General, and a candidate that's running for Superintendent of Public Instruction, and a candidate that's running for San Francisco mayor, then they're all helping each other when they're driving, and they're campaigning to send people to win my vote. It's a totally free platform, and now I'm talking to one green candidate, but when I get on my ballot, I can see all 3 or 4 or 5 or however many green candidates are on the San Francisco, California ballot. So again, would love to talk with you, would love to see how this works. Now, we will be doing the 2018 mock election as well. We're hoping to do that in early October. I'd like to do it in October 2nd. And so it's leading up to the real election, so we can get some nice press on what the student vote, the youth vote, is saying out there, and talking about the numbers and the percentages that are out there. So anyway, hopefully that makes sense. Signing up is really easy from a candidate standpoint. They just click on here where it says sign up. Now, building a profile is free. Right now we're charging $99 per election for the candidate profile, and that has more to do with authenticating that is the real candidate, because there's no other way of doing that. So if the $99 is a problem for any candidate, that's fine. I can manually go in and override it and put them on the ballot. And as long as they're using the same email that they've certified as with the elections department, then that's no problem at all. And even just an email from them and knowing it's them and all that, I feel comfortable with that. So if they want to build a profile and then they want to stop at the payment part, they can send an email to me. and I'll take their profile and put it on the ballot. The only problem with that is that then they won't be able to update it, and change it and edit it and do all those types of things. Although they may be able to. Anyway, that's something I can try to see if I can do something on the back end that will allow them to do that. Anyway, I would be happy to work with you guys to get as many candidates on as many ballots as possible. But anyway, so it's real easy. You click here to sign up, and you just put your first name, last name, email address. Choose a password. We'll do this one. You put your zip code in, and then this is telling me this is the races that you're eligible to run on, right? This ballot. So you can either run District 12 or District 14. You're in District 11 here, so that's the only district you can run there. District 19, and then you choose your political party. Oops, sorry about that. And let me just do this real quickly for you, just so you can see it. I think that's everything they need. Do they need a password? Oh, that email's taken, so we'll say there. And that's it. And you just sign up, and you can skip that part if you want. But these are the ballots that I'm now eligible to run on. So let's say I want to run on November, or the, oh yeah, you guys, so let me see, the June 5th. Yeah, so that would be the next one coming up. So I click on June 5th, and then this is where I would go if I wanted to run for that office. Or I can scroll down, Lieutenant Governor, lots of spots open there. And same with Senate. I can go down, down, down. Let's say if I wanted to run for the 12th district, I can just simply click here, and then I build my profile. I start, find a picture. Let's say if I want to use that one, I just go like that. It wouldn't be a good one to use because she's looking down, but that's fine. But I can do that, and then I can just go through here, and I can just I can add images or text or a video. The video that we use is a YouTube share, which I'll show you what that looks like real quickly. So again, obviously this doesn't make any sense, right? But this is a great Canadian student mock election, which we share lots of things with these guys. I wouldn't call it a partnership or anything. But let's say I wanted to use that video as my video for my candidate profile. I'd simply hit copy on that, and then when I click that, I hit save, and then that video plays right there.
And people living within its borders around the world.
And that's it. And that's how easy it is to go through and build your own profile. I'll get rid of this one. But again, I'd be happy to talk with you. I'd be happy to talk with any of the Green candidates. But I really do see this as a platform where the Green candidates can organize and really help one another, so that all of their campaigning efforts help all the other Green candidate. And really what we're trying to get is a level playing field, so that your average everyday voter that doesn't pay attention to voting at all, but the day before the election, gets a link, gets an email from Win My Vote, or email from one of the candidates, or whatever it may be, and says, oh, yep, I'll check out my ballot. Oh, who's the Green candidate? Who's the Libertarian candidate? Who's the Democrat? Who's the Republican? Who's the Independent? Who's this? Go through all of them, compare them side by side, and then pick their favorite. And that's what we're hoping, to get out of 2018 and especially 2020. Anyway, thanks a lot. Bye-bye.